Okay, so um, this is Vicki Draper, author, certified healer, and animal communicator, and I have Laura with me, who took my animal communication one-on-one class with her dog Henry. And so, Laura, how was the class for you?
It was great. It was the last thing in the world that thought, I thought it wouldn't work. And I remember the first day thinking, when you said, well, now let's try this. And I thought, well, now that just isn't going to work. And I know this isn't very helpful, except to say that it worked. And what was so interesting to me was realizing that those gut feelings that we spend our whole lives learning to ignore or thinking we should ignore are exactly what gets called into play with animals. And suddenly it's this realization that you're feeling is the real part, not the logic part. So I found it really interesting. And I found myself having a confidence with Henry about what he was thinking or feeling that I didn't realize I would ever have. And because I'm not really an animal person. I mean, I like them, but I'm not comfortable. I was a little kid that was really afraid of dogs. And I find myself now when I take him on a walk and dogs are barking or dogs approaching, it just doesn't even make me nervous anymore. And I feel confident telling them that it's great that they're barking, that they're doing their job and what good animals they are, and feeling totally at ease with knowing that I'm right about that.
Yes, that is awesome. So I remember the class where you like so confident because it clicked in, and you knew you were really connecting, and so um, that opened up a new way of being with Henry. Because since you had the childhood fear of dogs, there was still that playing out. So anyway, you want to share a little bit more about that with Henry, how it shifted?
Um, after just I wouldn't say he's a whole new guy, and I wouldn't say I'm a whole new gal, but I feel like when I'm wondering if he's hungry, when I'm wondering where he'd like to go, I know what his answer is. And it's letting me know when to push harder and when to just let go and let him have his moment. And not that I ever think I was imposing my will on him, but I was thinking that that's all I knew how to do. That I needed to be the one that was leading the parade, even though with Henry, you can't lead him. So I would just be frustrated and give up. And now I feel like I can feel comfortable that he's not planning to attack me, or I just don't have to be as afraid of him anymore. I can still give him space and I still can't impose my will, but I feel confident that we're on the same page and we're heading the same direction. And he's spent way more time in my lap and way more time sleeping on my side of the bed since the class started. It's pretty remarkable.
Awesome. So, what would you say to somebody that may have doubts that they can do it, or you know, deciding if
Okay,
the class is for them?
I'm going to interrupt you because I think if you think the class is for you, that you're weird. And if you think it's going to work, you're weird. Don't worry about it. It works. And you won't think it's weird. Like by the second week, you'll be all good with it. And it was really pretty amazing because I am the least woo-woo person out there. And I've always thought you were amazing. And I always believed what you do. But I thought it was on such a plane that I would never begin to be able to be on. And now I feel like I put my toe up on your plane, and it's really fun here. And I would find too that I'll say to the people who think it's weird, you will find that you will translate that into your relationships with humans as well. And you will begin to trust what you're feeling and what your gut is telling you about different situations. And even that will get easier, even if without that at all being the intention.
Yeah, so it opened up more than just your way with animals. The class did.
Yeah, it's letting go of the human logic, or knowing that it can work in conjunction with you, but it doesn't really deserve the power that it has in human life. That's what I figured out.
Yeah, and it even opened up for work to flow easier for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like it made a lot of decisions that I make just a lot easier. Just the whole thing about trust. And I watched a class full of people, most of whom didn't have a very high level of their trust in their ability to be able to do this. Over the course of the weeks, it was amazing to see where everybody went in that transformation. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Probably not to you, but to me, it was just
Oh no,
amazing.
it was. It was. It's just like proud teacher of this my students, you know, seeing their journey and their progression. So well, thank you, and thank you for taking your time to share this with me and then with others. And um, so grateful that all these and celebrating all of your amazing shifts and transformations and ways it's impacting not only your relationship with animals, your own animal, but you know, the animals in your neighborhood and your connection with people and your work. So happy to have been a part of opening this up for you.
And so glad that I had the opportunity to learn from you. And you have such a great spirit of sharing, and it was just a pleasure.
All right. So this is Vicki Draper, author, certified healer, and animal communicator. And you can find out when the next Animal Communication 101 class is by going to my website, www.healingyouranimal.com. That's www.healingyouranimal.com. And we will see you next time.